The more important question here is, can anything ever be truly rude or not rude? Does sighing in a meeting make you rude? Yes or no, depending. The more important question here is, can anything ever be truly right or wrong, or truly rude or not rude? Simply because everything always depends on the context, on the situation, how it's done. Swearing is a perfect example of this. I mean, swearing on the one hand can be extremely rude, but in British culture, it can also be one of the strongest terms of endearment, that is, indicator that we are good friends with somebody, that you can possibly get. Calling somebody an asshole can be aggressive, but it can be an indicator of, you are my best friend now. So if you think about things in that kind of way, well, is sighing in a meeting necessarily rude? It depends 100% on the situation, on the context, and how it's done, as well as body language and tone and things like that. So if you say, okay, right, I've got a solution to this problem, and I go, oh, that's extremely rude, because you've got to ask yourself, think about what we talked about in week 9 and 11 of the Method course. What is the intention behind that? Because that's all that ever matters for interpreting meaning. It's not the actual surface level meaning of the word, or in this case of the body language of the action. It is the deeper underlying intention of what's going on. And the intention behind me doing that is to indicate that I think this is stupid. I've had enough of this shit. I don't like this person. I think this person's an idiot. I don't want to hear her ideas. And I'm irritated about this, and I want to demonstrate to people I'm irritated about this. But what happens if I'm the chair of a meeting and I'm like, oh my God, this is really hard work, but you know what, guys, I'm going to get this done. We can get through this together. Blah, 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 blah. The meeting closes. Right, I'm going to hand the chair over to you for the next week. That's a totally different meaning, because what I'm now doing is lightening the mood and indicating, wow, I was really nervous about that, but you know what? I'm good. I'm done now. And it's a totally different intention, totally different body language, totally different meaning within the context. The point is everything always has to be interpreted based on situation, overall dialogue, context, deeper intention behind it. That's the same for any word, any phrase, any expression, anything that is so-called rude, or indeed body language or anything like that.